Bitstorm, a comedy game design podcast by two guys who know nothing about comedy nor game design. We're recording episode 100 from the Audio Technica booth at PAX Australia. Thanks to 8-Bit and Audio Technica. I'm Ben Slinger.
I'm Trevor Scott.
There's Trevor Scott. And we have Jono and Jack here this week. Introduce yourselves. Tell us where you're from.
Yeah.
Do it.
Cool. Well, yeah, I'm Jono and Pech. I host the Putting in Work podcast on the 8-Bit Collective, and I'm here to have a bit of fun. Yeah. I'm pretty pumped. I wrote a book a couple of years ago, and the title of it, not the title, but the original pitch for it came from a podcast where I came through a random word-generated thing. So it was
nice.
It's something I'm pretty keen to get into again. So yeah, it's gonna be fun.
And I'm Jack Kruse. I host It Is What It Is and New Game Bro as part of the 8-Bit Collective as well. And I'm not here to have fun. I'm very serious. It's not fun and game. No, I mean, it's here to have a good time. Thanks for having me on, guys. I'm very honoured.
Yeah,
you get us on
welcome.
for episode 100. So
Yeah.
looking forward to getting into it.
What an honour.
All right. Well, let's have fun. So we're going to play Click Pitch. This is a game. Well, actually, Trevor, why don't you do that?
Okay, Click
the
Pitch is
spiel.
a game where we've each got a random word generator. We're going to click refresh on the count of 3, 2, 1. We'll get 4 words, chuck them together, see what game we can come up with. When it doesn't work, we click again.
Okay.
All right.
Yay, 3, 2, 1, click.
Okay. I got bleed.
Bondage.
Oh, no.
Oh my, it's not off to a good start. Cottage.
Card.
Card.
Okay.
Bleed, bondage, cottage, card.
It's
All
coming
right.
together.
It's a tabletop game
Oh, okay.
because it's card. We got
Yeah,
card.
yeah,
Yeah.
true. So you've got your bondage card, you've got
I'm
your
seeing
bleed
like
card.
cottage. It could be almost like a bit of a murder mystery type.
Murder
thing.
mystery.
Like a horror kind of...
Like a sex.
Yeah.
So the cottage is a sex dungeon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the bondage.
Yes.
Yeah, murder mystery, bleed.
Yeah.
And it's called Bleed, Bondage, Bleed, Bondage, Bleed,
Cottage.
Cottage.
All right, so how does it play out? We're talking a card game. Is this like a... like one of those deck builders, maybe, and everyone's playing a survivor. Like, I'm thinking kind of a Cabin in the Woods style horror, murder mystery sort of thing, maybe.
It's like
or
Guess Who and Cluedo crossed with 50 Shades of Grey.
yes, yes. And so you're trying to like solve. I don't know find out who the killer was. Maybe you all find someone dead in the sex dungeon.
Yeah. Well, everyone's there for a good time, and
Oh, it's like Danganronpa.
yeah, and you're like, well, everyone's got a motive. You find out all these interweaving relationships.
Nice.
And this person actually knew that person from before they arrived here, and
Oh,
all
I
that kind of
I
thing.
like that idea of it being kind of a. Yeah, like a cross between Cluedo and like a collaborative, like a Fiasco game or
Yes.
something.
Yeah.
So maybe everyone gets like their secret cards that might tell them that they're the whether they did something or who their relationship is, and you can maybe pull them out at certain times or something.
Yeah, draw from the motive deck.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I love that.
That's
I
my
love that.
motive.
All right.
And then it's
Connections,
sort of, and then
and
it's
you
sort of
just got-
storytelling to sort of make that work, and yeah, that'd be rad.
Bleed, Bondage, Cottage.
Bleed bondage.
Is that what we've landed on for the name?
I think
don't know.
so.
I think we could do better.
I know, it's got a nice ring to it.
Bleed bondage.
Bleed, Bondage, Cottage.
It's a bit of rhyming happening there.
Bit
Yeah.
of alliteration.
It
Yeah.
is.
It's got a nice ring to it, I think.
Yeah.
All right, let's click again.
Yeah.
That was good.
Good.
3, 2, 1, click. Come on, refresh.
Red.
Dazzle.
Slingshot.
Maid. M-A-I-D.
M-A-I-D. Okay.
Red.
Red Maid,
Red
Slingshot.
dazzle.
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 I'm picturing
And
like a
Maid.
mobile game for some reason.
Well, it's like Angry Birds, but you're slinging maids, and they have to clean things until they dazzle.
Oh, wow, that's really good.
Yeah, okay.
And if they hit the spikes, then it's red because they
Yeah.
just bleed everywhere.
I'm sensing a bit of a common occurrence across these two games. There's a lot of red,
Yeah,
a lot of blood.
A lot of red. I wasn't expecting that to go to like
To that, well,
maid
look,
death.
yeah,
Maid death.
Maid death. Yeah, that's the name of it.
That's
Okay, so is it a 3D sort of Angry Birds
Oh.
one?
Like 3D, like kind of like that
Pain.
on the PlayStation 2, I think 3. Yeah, I could see that. So is it kind of you get to slingshot the maid, and then when they're going past,
They're like,
you have to like clean things as you go past, and you've got like a certain area that you can
Yes, it's all slow motion, and they're cleaning like you fire them. You fire these small maids next to like the trophy cabinet. And it's like trying to clean it as it's going through, and it's like
get rapid fire maids.
Yeah, rapid fire maids.
Really clean it.
You get like upgrades and stuff.
Yeah, totally.
So
it could almost be one of those
It's like a Windex buff.
buff, pun intended. Yeah.
Have we got like RPG elements where you're upgrading these maids?
I think so. I was kind of thinking,
Is it permadeath or
for the maids, yeah, but you're playing like, I don't know.
you're a slingshot?
Yeah.
You can upgrade your maids.
Yeah.
But if you screw one up and the maid crashes and dies, it's spikes, and you lose that maid forever.
Oh,
Like
so
Darkest Dungeon,
There's
you
like
know?
an XCOM sort of vibe.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
You're making like an investment in these maids. They all have names.
Yep.
You know, could be
They'll have
Barry,
names,
could be Claudia,
skills.
and yeah.
Totally.
So there's a whole bunch of stuff that could happen.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
Cool.
Distraction. As someone takes hats off
Hats
the,
off the-
of the
This
middle
is the
of
thing about the
recording
Audio
surface.
Technica booth is there's also stickers and hats and like headphones here, so people will just walk up and like get right in.
Take
your
another
way.
hat. Sure.
Yeah, that's 4 hats.
4 hats now.
thanks.
All right, yeah, I like that.
You only
I
got
like
one
the
head.
Just made.
Okay.
All right, let's
Just going to start selling. They're going to be on eBay in like 5 minutes. For our audio listeners, this girl came over and just stole 4 hats off the table.
just reaching right through.
Okay.
Everybody wants hats.
Shout out to Matt
I'll
Stallone
take
for
another hat.
hooking up
Another
stuff
hat.
with the
Another
hats.
hat. Another hat.
All right, we're going to hit refresh.
All right,
again.
let's hit refresh. Let's do another 3, 2, 1 click.
Ooh. Okay.
Ooh.
All right, mine's kind of in line with the last one, but maybe we'll take it in a different direction. Sweeper.
Bedding.
Sculpture.
Fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That took it in a different direction again.
Yeah.
Okay, I see sculpture, and I think the fucking angels from Doctor Who.
Oh, the blink.
I'm not a Doctor Who
Yeah,
fan,
me
so
neither.
I
You
don't
have
know
to
it.
explain
Oh,
that to
come
me.
on.
Sorry.
Okay, there's
Only
basically
one.
these aliens that are, when you look at them, they're statues, but when you don't look at them, they can move.
Oh, okay.
Right, okay.
Kind of like the ghosts in Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So as they move, they drop like bits of stone, and you need to and if they get, so that's how you can tell where they've been. But there's also something that like sweeps them up. It's sweeper.
Honestly, I just pictured Heavy Rain. Or Detroit with like the bedding and the sweeping.
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
it's
Just random movements. All right, move your
Yeah, sculpture.
another
move your
maid.
thumbstick in a circle to
Yeah,
sweep
yeah.
the floor. Oh, this
Yeah.
is a fun game.
Yeah.
So where my mind has actually gone is it's like you're a janitor or something, a caretaker of like a
Oh.
massive like
a
hill
museum
house
or a-
style
Oh,
mansion.
okay. A mansion,
Okay.
yeah.
And as you're going around, you notice these like piles of stones and stuff that you got to like sweep up. So as you're going around the house,
Yeah.
I
you're
love
having
that.
to clean up.
I love that
like-
idea that you don't know what's going on at the beginning, and so you are just having to go about your kind of caretakerly duties.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
if you really pay attention, you do see that some of the statues have moved, but you might not notice. It's not until you see, like, wait, I just cleaned here, and there's a trail of, like, dusty rubble.
Oh, could you imagine like you've just put something away in the cupboard and you turn around, you leave, you come back, and there's a line of stones leading up to the cupboard
And
and
it's
leading
open.
away, and it's open. It's like, oh shit.
Statues
Right.
can be pretty scary too. Like if you remember
Yeah.
in Bioshock, those like the Cohen, the Sander Cohen, like
Yeah.
guys, and they just like some of them would just be still, and then some of them would move, and you just freak out.
That's
Yeah,
it. That's
yeah,
it. Yeah, I like that a lot.
So what's the end game? Is it like you're trying? Is it like a point system, or you're trying to like go through levels, or is
I
there
think it'd probably be a
story in there
narrative,
somehow?
yeah, like kind of an environmental storytelling narrative kind
Like
of
a Gone
thing.
Home type.
Yeah, Gone Home is what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I like the
try
idea
to
of
solve
there not
what's
being
happened.
any interactions with anyone, but you're sort of as you get drawn into like the attic to sweep up all this stuff.
You're just
like,
having to follow the trails. Well, yeah, there's got to be some good jump scare kind of things, though, where as you get deeper into it, there are moments where you turn around and there's one of them just there,
Yeah.
you know, with the trail behind them, and that's maybe when you start realizing, oh, shit, this is what's leaving the trails, you know?
oh yeah,
You
and
got to get that fear in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
really
yeah.
build that tension.
Interesting.
Yeah, I like the idea of it's not. There's no combat or anything, though. It's just psychological
no.
terror.
When you find out, that's also when you find a sledgehammer.
There is combat.
Well, sort of. If you're looking at them, they can't move, so
Smash them.
I like that.
I like it.
Yeah, but what you don't realise is if you smash them down into little bits and pieces, those little bits and pieces still fucking move.
Still move
Oh.
while you're not looking.
Or they could like form back together into like
a jigsaw
Fantasia.
puzzle.
You know how he's Mickey Mouse is chopping
Yeah,
up all the
chopping up the
brooms,
brooms.
and they just keep duplicating.
I love the idea that sound design of that could be really good too, because
Yeah.
I like the idea that you're walking through and you kind of just hear little bits of rubble kind of hitting the ground.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah,
oh
yeah.
shit, there's
What was
something,
that?
you know. Yeah, I like that a lot.
Very cool.
That's nuts.
All
Can we
right.
do one click?
Yeah, let's do it. Waiting for a refresh. All right.
Okay, resource.
Gasoline.
Clan.
Disarming.
Ooh.
Plan, P-L-A-N.
Clan.
Oh,
C-L-A.
Oh, clan. Oh, jeez.
I feel like we got some kind of dystopia happening here where, you know, Mad Max,
Very
where
Mad Max.
gasoline
Gasoline's
is a very valuable resource.
Yeah.
And there's clans, obviously.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look, let's make it official. License the
License.
It's Mad Max
license
2.
the IP. we're doing Mad Max 2.
Disarming.
Yep.
Disarming. What was
Because
it?
Mad Max has already been a game.
Gas-
It's
Oh,
an
as in,
awesome
okay.
game.
Resource
So
gasoline.
Mad
Alright.
Max 2.
How could we improve on the Mad Max game other than the voice acting?
I guess you could make it more of a survival thing where it isn't like
yeah.
in that game they have those elements where you need to drink water and
Yeah.
Yeah.
eat food, but I don't
But
know,
a bit
maybe
more of like building up your camp kind of thing. and really
yes.
surviving.
So it's an online game.
Ooh.
It's you have your clans and there's everyone has their bases out in the desert.
Yep.
And you've got it's a stealth game, so you've got to sneak in. It's pacifist. So you've got
So you're not Mad Max. You're just a person in that world.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
trying to.
But your goal is to sneak in, disarm the defenses of the base, because you can get, if you get spot you there, each
They
base
can
has
attack you.
turrets, guns. They can attack you and kill you. So you've got to disarm the base and then steal the resources, the gasoline,
I love
tools,
that idea of
junk.
like a multiplayer co-op
Yeah.
kind of heist game, but
Yeah.
set in like a Mad Max universe.
And then you take it back to your clan, your base in the desert, and you upgrade your...
You've got a bit of kingdom building.
Yeah. You upgrade your... So you've disarmed and stolen the resources from Clan B. You come back to Clan A, you build up, and then they've got to do the same thing while you're upgrading or while you're out sneaking. And
I like the
I'm
idea
just
that you have to.
imagining that you're out stealing from Clan B, they're out stealing from you.
Yeah, and
and
you just swap
you
them
swap
back.
them.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
You have to like split your
you've
teams
got to split your
and stuff,
teams. Yeah, you've got to split your
Defense.
resources. So
You drag home like an air conditioner, and you're like, yes. And then you get home and like your like,
generator's gone.
whole water, your water system's disappeared. You're like, crap.
I like the idea that there's a bit of like population support too. So it's not just weaponry that you're upgrading. It's like your irrigation systems,
Yeah,
and
your
like
hospital, your
heat,
infirmary.
yeah, for sure. So that could be a resource as well. Is kind of your people in your base. Yeah,
Digging it.
that's sweet.
Digging it.
So it's just it's not Mad Max. It's just like Max. It's
What's
just
it called?
Max.
It's set in that world though. It's set in that
Yeah.
universe. So what do we call? What's the game called?
So we've had what? There's like Thunderdomes, there's Fury Roads. This is just Mad Max Gasoline Alley.
Gasoline Alley.
Let's go with it.
I like it.
It works.
All right, we're
Gasoline
slamming
Alley.
through these.
Of course.
Ooh, okay.
So, I have paying.
What is it?
Paying.
Hey,
Paying.
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 My word is full.
Full.
F-U-L-L.
Okay.
Full.
It's a sequel to Paid in Full. Abomination.
Megaton.
Megaton.
Oh, does that mean it has to be a Fallout?
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought.
Megaton Abomination.
Full. And
Full.
paying.
Full paying.
Yeah,
Full-
let's go.
Okay,
full
so
paying.
the full paying I'm seeing is that funny thing that all developers like to do nowadays, which is
Freedom.
season pass.
Yeah. I was
Season
thinking that. Yeah.
pass. All
Subscription. Yeah.
So the whole game is just
It's a subscription.
unlocked through DLC.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, all you
So
get.
there's no actual game. It's just like, all right, the first DLC for this game is out. What game?
The first
What do
DLC is to buy the DLC.
Yeah.
So the game is actually just the Fallout shelter,
Yeah.
and then the first DLC is like just outside the Fallout shelter,
Okay.
and then the next DLC is inside that building over there.
All right, and so where's the... So I guess Megaton comes in because, like, you can eventually unlock the town and buy Megaton. Do you have to buy it in order, or are you like buying these pieces and placing them down on the map to create your own wasteland?
I think that's a great idea. You can buy the DLC in whatever order you want, and then
Paste it together.
paste it together.
Maybe you start off in Megaton in this one. Maybe that's kind of like where that comes into it. And then it's from the perspective of, hey, there's someone that just rolled up in our town and they're going to try and blow us up.
Yeah, right.
Right, it's actually
It's from
set
their
at the same
perspective,
time
yeah.
from their perspective. Yeah.
Or it could be like the beginnings of, like the origins of that town.
Well, I was kind
Around
of
the-
thinking with paying full that maybe you play a debt collector or like a bookie or something in
Yeah.
Megaton.
It's like a cross between New Vegas and
Yeah.
Fallout 3.
Yeah. You could still have your idea. It's all around money to the point that the developers have gone, all right, well,
We want to get some of that in-game currency.
in-game currency converted. Yeah, the more in-game currency you like get back from the people who owe you, break their legs.
Everything that you buy in-game converts into, like, there's always some tax, and that goes to the developers, and they can convert that into Bitcoin that then...
Oh, yeah, there's a whole economy going on. You know, every developer wants their own economy of their in-game currency.
Yeah, right. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You're destined to succeed when you build a game around the financial,
Exactly.
perspective.
Yeah,
Are we
yeah.
sure this isn't
Right.
Fallout 76? Is
Yeah,
that
no,
what
it
they've
sounds
done?
very
yeah.
similar.
All right.
Ready to one-click.
We will. I think we'll find one soon that we can really go deep on.
Yeah.
'cause- Oh, no, this isn't going to be it, but I like where this could go. Duke.
Butterflied.
Winter.
Cause.
Cause? Oh, okay.
So I'm thinking like a Just Cause-esque game.
Starring Duke Nukem.
Starring Duke Nukem.
Where he has the butterfly chicken.
In winter.
Well, okay, because Just Cause has all the crazy, like,
Yeah.
flying stuff, so he's got a butterfly suit.
Well, I think
got
butterflied
the-
is like a type of...
Oh, butterflied.
Yeah.
Oh, like yeah.
Like a butterflied chicken.
Yeah. Well, that's just, that's one of your moves.
Or a butterfly Duke Nukem. And
It's
now
what's his name in Just Cause?
Oh,
you play Rico.
Rico. It's
And-
Rico versus Duke.
Oh, now you're getting somewhere.
it's over. Is it like overcooked?
Rico and Duke Nukem in a kitchen. Yeah, I don't know
Yes.
about that.
And they're all out of bubblegum.
And they're all out of bubblegum.
He's got to use that grappling hook to pull his food
Ingredients.
over. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That'd be awesome.
Actually, I like that. Like, Duke's got his shrink ray to really mess with Rico, or like, what else? He got pipe bombs,
Yeah.
decoys. Rico's just like zipping around the room, picking up ingredients,
Getting
pouring
helicopters
it
to
in.
drop stuff off.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Flying around.
Well, maybe it's
Duke's just being sexist.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, basically,
That's basically his main go-to.
he's making jokes
Yeah.
about the chicken breasts.
Yeah, of course.
Hail to the king, baby.
Well, actually, I kind of like the idea though that because Duke does have a shrink ray, so maybe to make it more interesting, they've both been shrunk, and so it's actually in a giant kitchen. So you really do have to get helicopters
Oh, wow.
to like drop off,
Yeah.
you know, actual large pieces of food, and then to butterfly the chicken, you've got to kind of really like blast through it. And
So is it a cooperative game in that
or are they working together, or
Duke
are they?
and Rico have to work together and use their different skill sets
sets?
to actually
Yeah.
be able to cook?
Co-op for sure.
Well, look, can we make this like an ensemble game? What other ridiculous
Over-the-top
protagonists
people,
can we bring in?
Oh,
Jill of the Jungle.
Jill of the. Oh my God, that's a deep cut.
Commander Keen.
Commander, it's all old Apogee stuff
Yeah. and
and Rico for some
Rico.
reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like Cosmo from Cosmo's
Well, I think it's
Cosmic
got to be
Adventure.
because that's where Duke comes from. So he pulls back all his old friends.
his old pals and
And so Rico pulls in the people from Square Enix, which is like Lara Croft and
all the Final Fantasy
Kane
characters.
and Lynch.
Kane and
Lynch.
Lynch. Oh man! Oh,
Wow.
I'm liking this.
Wow.
I'm liking this. I'd love to see all those old 2D Apogee games rendered in like 4K 3D now. I'd like to see what that looks like.
It'd be pretty
Commander
terrifying,
King with his
yeah.
helmet, Cosmo with his weird green
When he's
face.
fighting,
dropping bombs everywhere.
when he
Yeah.
goes to that food kingdom and there's like anthropomorphized
yeah.
like cookies and
Yeah,
vegetables,
potatoes
like
and
that
stuff,
would
yeah.
be terrifying in
Oh,
4K
God.
realism.
I know, beautiful normal maps and all the potatoes.
Oh,
nightmare
Jesus
fuel.
Christ. Okay, so I'm really liking this idea, and let's dig a little bit deeper. So they're shrunk down. I'm gathering that the helicopters are also shrunk down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure. There's been some sort of very selective shrinking rate malfunction.
Is the food still gigantic?
Yes.
Okay.
What if it's more like Ant-Man, where there's like an advantage to being shrunk? So they're going into that, or like what was that movie, Downsizing, with Matt Damon, where they're like, it's going to be a lot more affordable if we just shrink ourselves.
Honey, I Shrunk the Game characters.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm seeing is one of the things that we saw from Duke Nukem Forever was that he was really good at like blowing the shit out of things.
Yep.
Sitting in like rail sort of shooter elements. I'm liking the idea that Rico's got to go off and get like a potato.
Yeah.
But there's someone,
Because he's got his grappling hook and he's got his traversal stuff.
Yeah.
And then Duke's sitting up there and he's maybe got a bunch of tools for like laser cutting the chicken and then, I don't know, cooking things, a flamethrower.
Yeah.
The butterfly thing really to change the direction of this game.
Yeah, it did.
I love it. I love it. It's so good. That's what we
Without
look for.
that, it could be in a completely different place.
Yeah.
yeah, but I think it's in a much more wholesome place.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because all Duke's puns now are all about food.
Yeah. He's not objectifying women. He's just objectifying chicken.
Chicken breast.
Oh, he'll find a way.
Oh, I know.
He'll find a way.
Dark meat, white meat.
No.
I don't think we need to find a way.
I love beef. Oh, God.
All right. 3, 2, 1, click.
Smoker.
Moving.
Caretaker.
Mall. M-A-double-L, not M-A-U-L.
Caretaker, mall,
Moving.
And Smoker.
Smoker. All right. Since we're going with kind of sequels and things, Smoker makes me think of Left 4 Dead.
It made me think that way as well until you started saying mall and caretaker and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And I started thinking about what if you were the caretaker of a mall
Yeah.
that had to actually...
So it's a Paul Blart game.
What I think is there's a whole heap of different legal things that come in about where people can smoke. And every day it changes and you've got to kind of move these smokers around and herd them into different areas of this mall. Right.
Okay.
Sounds like another mobile game, possibly.
Well, no, I'm kind of
Or a
seeing
Steam
a
thing.
Papers, Please-esque thing.
Yes, yeah.
Because remember, like in Papers, Please, each day it's like, oh, now there's this extra requirement, so you've got to kind of make that work. And so, but then it's more of a management style thing where you've got to cordon off the smoking areas. Now it can't be within X, meters of a food establishment or an entrance, but you've still got like the number of smokers, like the percentage of population of smokers is varying as well, and you need to make them happy. That's it.
Yeah.
You could have some real like social kind of, talk about the horrors of smoking and.
Educational.
Yeah.
What was yours?
Moving.
Moving.
Well, that
Yeah,
makes
so
sense.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, you're
Moving
moving
the-
the smoking areas
around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just picturing, like, with all the different rules that you got over those smoking areas, having to actually find the area that you could actually put it in.
It's like that hospital sim game where you've got to build your hospital, so you've got to make sure that it's 20 meters from like a food eating area. And
I think it'd be a cross between that and like a puzzle game.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if you're building everything, it'd be really easy to just... I mean, that'd be interesting as well, I think, because I'm not really sure, but it'd be easy to screw yourself up so you can't fit any smoking areas in. But you could have an actual puzzle game where it's like, all right, here's your mall layout, here's your rules, you need to have at least, 4 meters of smoking area, but they can be spread out or whatever, or you need a certain amount.
20 smokers, and you've got 40.
Yeah, and so they all try to crowd into that one spot, and then the rest of your patrons are complaining because the smoke's just like drifting out. Yeah, I like it.
That's insane.
I've got a kind of a completely different direction for this.
Okay,
yeah.
Let's reboot. I'm thinking it's like a Jay and Silent Bob kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's where my mind went.
Yeah,
as
so
well.
Okay,
like
smoker, mall,
you're out. You know how they hang outside the shops and they are
It's a drug
smoking?
dealing sim.
And
Good idea, Jono.
And like they're getting moved along by the people who own these buildings, so they have to like kind
Randall's coming out and telling them to fuck off.
So they have to move
Yep.
around. There's caretakers that are trying to kick them out, and they're in. Maybe it's an outdoor mall, maybe it's indoors.
All right.
And so I don't know whether it's
Did they
going
ever bring out that Jay and Silent Bob video game?
I'm sure there's something on.
I
was-
bought
that-
it.
Some
I'm
device.
waiting for it to come
On
out.
Fig,
Oh,
right?
really?
They did that. It was a 2D brawler.
Okay.
But I
remember
like this idea
There's
of
a game called like Randall or something with that actor who like it's like a almost like a point and click type of game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I could see this working as a point and click.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, do you get Jay's song? You know,
Oh, you
Oh,
got
yeah,
it.
what is it?
15
Bad,
bucks,
he's
little
talking
man.
about-
Put
This
that
was-
shit
this
in my
was
hand.
Yeah. Did you guys ever play that Beavis and Butthead point and click
Yeah,
game?
it was actually pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I reckon it could almost be something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where you know, it is an adventure game. You have like short dialogue options. And
Well, I love that you'd have dialogue options for Jay.
yeah, yes.
I
Yeah,
love
yeah,
that
yeah,
you
yeah.
could do some really cool things with
and then,
Bob.
and then it's Bob, and all the options are just ...
Well, it was great.
Takes
out.
drag of cigarette.
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
you know, raise an eyebrow,
Yeah.
And then there's
open your eyes really wide.
Shakes head.
and then you'll have cool mini games like Beavis and Butthead. You could like burn ants or spit on people from the roof of the
Oh,
school.
totally. Yeah.
So
Bring that
what
back.
are you
Hockey.
doing? Yeah, they can play hockey. They can,
Ruin a
well,
funeral.
sell drugs. They
Yeah.
can ruin funerals.
There'd be
they
like a
can-
little smoking mini game or something. You got to bring it back to that.
I would love a Jay and Silent Bob point and click adventure done in that
Hell yeah.
style.
Yeah.
Really cartoony.
James
like the
Bond's
Clerks
Telltale game.
The Clerks
like
animated
Yep.
style
Yeah,
graphics.
yeah, yeah.
Like, yeah.
And the thing is, you could go through all the different properties that they've been involved in
Yeah.
Yes, you could.
and
have,
finish up in Moose Jaws.
Are they
Yeah.
still making that?
Yeah, it's still planned.
You could have like the Dogma characters as bosses. You know,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Will Ferrell shows up as the cop from Jay and Silent Bob's Back
Totally. You've
Yeah.
got your, was it Suzanne the monkey?
Yep.
Yeah, she's like an ally. Yeah. She shows up totally. Oh, there's a rich universe in a rich Askew-universe.
You could even
Yeah, yeah.
like make it into one of those like Ubisoft South Park combat RPGs where
Yeah.
instead of Mr. Hanky coming in, you have like
Yeah.
Randall.
Randall
yeah,
comes in
yeah.
or the chimpanzee or whatever.
Banksy or whatever. Banky. Banky?
Hey,
Yeah. The comic book.
Ben, yeah.
Yeah. I know the one.
Brody Bruce.
Oh, it's a bro. No, there's a. Yeah. Anyway. Let's click again.
yeah,
We know.
yeah.
Stan
Click,
Lee
yeah.
will show up. It'll be great.
Talk about the penises of comic book characters.
Rendition.
Security.
Tumor.
Jeez.
Bleat.
Oh, bleat.
Like a goat.
Right. I have no idea.
Security tumor rendition bleat. All right. There's something forming and it's really weird.
It's like a
There's
Just
a
Dance
goat.
game? A goat, okay.
That
Surgery sim with
Well,
veterinary surgery.
I'm thinking it can heal. It's a singing goat that heals tumors, cancer.
This is the toughest
They
one,
found
yeah.
the cure for cancer, and it's when this goat bleats out a rendition of something.
I've got security here though. How are you weaving that in?
And well, people
It's-
really want this goat.
It's that scene in The Last of Us, but everyone's replaced with goats.
Which scene?
The hospital scene.
Oh, okay.
You could
Okay.
just do about do
Yeah.
it with any game and it'd
There's
work
security
well.
there. I can see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
What are the goats doing though? It's like
Trying to cut Goat Ellie open and take a...
or do we go into like a goat simulator type thing? Because that like Goat Simulator is such a crazy game that you could
bring
you could
anything
funnel
in it.
anything into it and it still works because
Yeah.
it's such a ridiculous world.
So singing,
Yep.
rhythm mechanics.
God, that reminds me of that game that we played yesterday.
Yeah, there is a good game. What's it called? Sound Forge? No, Sound something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a top-down shooter rhythm game. It's really cool.
Oh yeah.
Check it out. if
So,
you're here.
a goat healing rhythm game is a bit different.
Goat Ellie rhythm game.
All right, I think. Oh, you got something else? All
I'm
right,
now
you got something
imagining
for me?
a goat like singing like classic pop songs.
Bleat me, baby, one more time.
Well, I'm thinking you've heard that "My Heart Will Go On" sung by the goat.
No,
I
can't
can't
say
that I
have.
There's
No.
just screaming it. Okay, I'm gonna share that later.
Yeah, we'll put it in the show notes.
Sounds kind of scary.
You'll probably cut that bit out. Okay.
No, I won't. I'll just leave a really long gap for everyone to really give it the laugh that it deserves.
Sexuality.
Fluency.
Splurge.
Call. C-A-L-L. Call. Phone, like phone call.
Okay.
Oh, God.
So what was yours?
Sexuality.
Sexuality, fluency, splurge, call. Okay. I feel like it's a dating sim.
I don't really want to ask where the splurge comes in this game.
Well,
but,
I think that's the end game.
Well, at least for one of the people involved. Probably,
Well,
yeah.
it's you splurging on money for the person.
Yeah,
you
that's
love.
what I
Okay,
meant. That's
okay,
what I meant.
yeah.
Yeah.
For the wedding. Yeah.
Yeah.
The wedding. All right. So it's a sexually fluent couple.
It has to start with phone calls, I think.
Phone calls. All right.
Is it like a
Dating sim.
Is it like one of those like call center? You know, like
A call center romance.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Where, like, it's just their
Okay.
voice on the end of the line and you fall in love with the voice.
It's Gavin and
Well,
Stacey.
maybe then it's like a phone sex line.
Ooh.
Yep.
So we can, give some proper attention and humanity to sex workers because they deserve it.
And the,
a romance sparks up.
but I like the idea that
The moral implications of paying somebody to talk to them when you're falling in love with them, and also they're
Yeah.
getting
I
you
got
off.
deep. I got deep.
so the
That's what she-
with
The splurge is the cost of these calls, too. It's like
Exactly. You're
$4 a
splurging in
minute.
money. Yeah.
okay, but the the sex worker on the phone,
Yes.
she doesn't just work in this one area talking to just guys. So she's
Okay.
got to
Diversify.
Sexually fluent.
sexually fluent. She can talk to ladies,
Men,
all
yeah.
different
Languages as well.
Languages.
all different languages. You start wondering how many different relationships is she fostering?
Yeah. Is she genuine?
Oh, okay.
Or is she just playing you for money?
Often the protagonists in these dating sims are pretty terrible people.
Yeah.
And totally jumping between all these.
So,
Women
is the
and-
protagonist the sex call worker?
You play as the sex call worker, and you're having to deal with
Multiple
jealous
clients.
But there's one of them that you're actually
Or there might be a
Yeah.
couple.
in love with.
You've got.
you've got the options
Yeah,
to
you've got the
begin
options.
with,
Yeah,
of
yeah.
course.
It's completely open, whichever way you want to go.
But I do like that idea of then,
Could be boys, could be girls, could be
depending on who
goats.
you choose, if you go down that path, they do get really jealous because they know you're talking to these other people and you're having to deal with the toxicity of that sort of relationship. But yeah, you could do some really
It's very
interesting
nuanced.
stuff.
I like
there.
this.
Whoops. Yeah.
Throwing your phone around, Ben.
That's just how nuanced it is. I mean, to throw my phone down. All right. Let's click again.
Okay.
Backfire.
Ballooning.
Hall. I don't know why all my words rhyme. Like, we've had mall, call, and hall. We've had bleed and bleat and red.
Static.
Static. What was it?
Hall.
Ballooning backfire.
I like the idea of this as some sort of supernatural thing to do with this car.
Oh, okay. I was thinking a balloon. Like a hot air balloon or a blimp or a
balloon. Yeah, that's right.
zeppelin.
When I think backfire, I think.
I mean, an actual physical backfire. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking car. I was thinking static on the radio. I was sort of thinking something around.
All right.
Where does the balloon come in?
Yeah.
Ballooning. Yeah.
That's for you guys to work it out.
Static electricity on a balloon.
Yeah.
You rub
yeah.
it against your head. There can
Well,
be
you could
something around that.
You could have with the hot air balloons, the fly thing could backfire. So that's a thing.
Oh, I like.
The
Ooh,
backfire
okay.
fires down into the cane.
What about it's sort of a narrative survival game? You're up in a hot air balloon when an apocalypse happens down below and decimates the population.
Yeah.
And the only way you realize is you've got a radio up there. You start hearing static and things are going down. You're on some long-range ballooning trip or whatever.
You've got to maneuver the balloon to keep the radio signal, and it's constantly moving.
Yeah.
And if you use too much gas, it backfires, and
you drop. And I like the idea actually of this as a procedurally generated kind of a roguelike almost thing where you start in the balloon and there are settlements, like there are places around that you are like high ground that you can land on, you can get supplies. Maybe there's some combat involved when you get out based on what you collect, but your only mode of transport is this balloon because it stays above the fray. Like maybe there's like a low-level radioactive mist or something, you know?
So the reason why this balloon is fully stocked is because you were part of a Around the World in 80 Days reenactment.
Okay, yeah. You're trying to do it in 40 days.
I think that you are running out of fuel or whatever, and you have to like scavenge for it in those moments where you have to stop and look around.
Yeah. So you've got your kind of navigation. Maybe you're having to do like map navigation and really see. Oh, okay. Look at the contours. It's like, all right. There's going to be there's a town kind of high enough above the the mist level.
Yeah. You have to decide. Do you go for like the little towns around the big city to make your way there, or do you head straight there?
Yeah. So we're thinking combat, is this like the standard kind of zombie-ish thing as it turned into, or is it just killed everyone in your...
Top down. I feel like it's top down.
Yeah. I think so.
Pick up bats and stuff.
So what I'm picturing is this mist hasn't killed people. It hasn't turned them into zombies, but it's mutated them into like an alien-style creature that is like really fucking scary.
Like the Cronenbergs in Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
You could also have like some kind of like mist around the surface of the Earth, and then if you're out of the balloon, like below the clouds for too long,
then
it
gonna
infects
affect
you or whatever. Or the longer you're down there, it like affects your stats.
Yeah. Well, I like the idea that because obviously, you've got sea level that all the water sits at, and then the mist is like is just above. You've got your mist level because it all tends to settle at a sort of certain thing based on the atmosphere. So most of the habitable places on Earth are under this mist, and so you've got these limited places you can really stop at. That's really cool.
That is really cool.
I like that.
There's one thing. One of my words was hole.
Hole.
We haven't factored that in yet.
That's true. Maybe we'll pretend it was HAUL and you just
yeah. Good idea.
I'm sure there are holes scattered around.
Yeah, you find a hole.
They're full of resources.
Basically, the best thing to find in any of these towns is the town hall.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because they've all stocked. That's where they all ended up when the mist.
They're like the areas you get there. You you look out from the roof and it all the items pop up on your little mini map like an Ubisoft game.
Yeah. And you're gonna right, okay.
Yeah. You got to land on the highest spot.
Yeah.
Reveal the area.
What I'm liking is there's some of these outskirt towns that you do actually have townspeople in who are really protective of their stuff.
Yeah.
And so they're sort of like you got to negotiate with them.
There'll be people who want to trade with you. They're not all hostile.
Yeah, exactly.
Others will just straight up
and
attack.
you learn a bit about the backstory and what happened. And I don't know, what was this? Was it like an experiment gone wrong? Was it a biological warfare attack that sort of chain reacted across the... I mean, is it the whole world or is it just...
It's the foreseeable world because that's everywhere that you go.
Everywhere you go, yeah.
Maybe it's a bit of a mystery. You're trying to find out.
That's part of what you're learning.
And the air balloon's not very fast. So.
No, exactly. Yeah. You're not going to travel
real
far.
Maybe what you don't realise is the people that actually helped you set up your balloon for the around the world in 80 days, they've actually put like canisters of like this gas that reacts.
That's like they're letting the gas out as you travel around.
Oh, wait, they set it off?
They set it off.
What a twist.
You're the actual cause of
You're the cause of it.
Whoa.
What a twist.
That is the twist.
Well, I like the idea that you start realising that as you go around, and now you're trying to hide it from people because you're still trying to trade with them for resources and stuff.
Moral quandaries.
Yeah, totally.
Right.
I would
like
play
that.
this game.
Yeah.
I'm interested.
That'd be fun. I like... You could start upgrading your balloon, maybe bringing on other crew members... But that's going to, there's a real weight management to your balloon. So
you can't bring too many supplies. You got to pick and choose with supplies and stuff.
Pick and choose with supplies, but maybe you can get like improved balloons that let you take more weight and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Do other people start using balloons to get around? Because it sort of makes sense.
Yeah,
in a certain way. There's not enough land for runways for planes.
I start thinking that it's like there's this guy that owns all these like hot air balloons that is organized this
tourist
thing
companies, yeah.
just so that he can sell more hot air balloons.
Oh wait, the whole thing then was a malicious plan
to sell hot air balloons.
It just went wrong because
trying to
It
bring
wasn't
chemical
supposed to be. He forgot to carry the one, and it was 10 times the.
That's
It
capitalism
wasn't
for ya.
it wasn't supposed to come in contact with a large amount of heat,
Right.
and the backfire
Oh, God.
here we go.
actually caused
Really
it
tying
to,
it in.
to
Okay.
change.
So it was when you. It was
okay.
literally when you lifted off on this journey.
You
It
pulled-
backfired. You pulled it too hard. It backfired.
and it mutated the gas.
Killed
to-
the whole planet. And when you come back down, you realise it was your fault.
Yeah.
That's perfect. This is reminding me of the Fallout and Fallout 2, that kind of, top down, and
Yeah.
you've got the stories that are unfolding and the different settlements and that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking a bit of play the Flame in the Flood.
No.
That was
Yeah, that
that
was
sort of
awesome.
thing. It was procedurally generated kind of
Okay.
post-apocalyptic kind of thing. But
Yeah, right.
yeah, I like this with sort of the overmap and that's really cool. I like that one a lot.
But what is one of the funniest things about hot air balloons is it requires to move anywhere wind.
Yeah.
So if you want to get somewhere, you have to actually be paying attention to which way the wind's actually going.
Right.
And
So that'd be interesting though, because you'd have to sort of learn some of your instruments and stuff to
Yeah.
and the maps to know where the air currents are going to be and that sort of thing.
You'd be very
do you get
isolated.
do you get up a little bit higher to get moving this way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would really have to be a 3D navigation kind of thing. If you did that well, that'd be really interesting.
Yeah.
I can see the modding community having some fun with this one.
Yeah, no doubt.
Totally.
No doubt.
All right, let's go again. Okay. Trevor?
Link.
Link?
Pushing.
Jamboree.
Roach.
Roach.
Right.
Roach.
Huh.
So, I mean, the second I got Link, I'm like, okay, Zelda game.
Zelda game.
Yeah.
It almost has to be.
Jamboree, is it like a Zelda dance game?
Yes, definitely. I mean, of course.
Pushing.
Pushing.
Kind of physical.
Roach.
He got rid of Epona and he's got Roach from The Witcher now.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, what would a Link
Is
dancing
it a
game?
Witcher Zelda crossover?
Take these two swords.
Link and Geralt's Jamboree. Music Jamboree featuring John Safran.
Okay. So it's basically Link was at a Jamboree festival, all this sort of stuff. Something mystical happened, and he gets
Geralt shows
moved.
up.
He gets moved straight into the Witcher's
Witcher
world.
universe.
Right, okay.
So you follow along through Link's adventures through, hunting these monsters and all this sort of stuff.
He becomes a Witcher.
Oh my gosh.
Becomes a Witcher,
Yeah.
and then you realise
Yes.
what the sequel is. It's Geralt in fucking Zelda.
Would Geralt be forced to hunt Link as he's not human?
Ooh.
Yeah, but
Have they traded, or is it that at the end of the first one, that's when Geralt gets transformed? He comes back with Link. Now they're buddies. So he's hunting him throughout the first one because he's an otherworldly creature.
Geralt would have a field day in Zelda's world. I'll tell you what.
Oh yeah.
it'll all be sex though.
Oh god.
Oh man.
You think Nintendo will go for it?
They have to.
CD Projekt Red would.
Yeah. I mean, Nintendo's opened up a lot. They've got. We're looking at the Smash screen behind us here. They've got Solid Snake in there. Sonic the Hedgehog's part of the Nintendo universe.
Bayonetta's in there.
Yeah, Bayonetta.
Bayonetta,
That's
yeah.
pretty violent.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
True.
maybe they'll
could
make
see
way
Geralt
for
in
Geralt.
there.
Yeah. And Cloud, you got Cloud from Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
And don't forget Pac-Man as well.
Never say never.
I don't know. I just don't think it looks quite right having Sonic in a bloody Nintendo game. It just
Yeah.
But
We're
when was
still
the last time that Sega did a console of them?
Yeah.
Dreamcast.
We're still of the Sega versus Nintendo generation.
Yeah.
It would always be strange.
No doubt.
So what I'm trying to imagine is how would Link go in this highly sexualized?
I don't think we should.
world?
Isn't he 10 years old?
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't go down that path.
Yeah.
I thought
Or
he
is
was
it an
older.
adult Link? I guess there is.
Maybe he gets there, and because it's a different world, he just instantly ages like another 10 years.
Yeah.
He
Well,
becomes
so this
adult
is the thing.
Link.
Is
Right.
he
Okay.
is he rendered like The Witcher 2, or is he cell shaded?
I reckon he's
in
rendered
that
like
world?
Witcher.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
he's just
So he's full on.
hyper realistic. He's got the pointy ears.
I love the idea that he ends up at the end of the game. He's all grizzled and scarred,
Yeah.
and then he gets back, and Zelda's just like, "What happened?"
Okay, so I'm imagining that it's the Link and Zelda from Ocarina of Time. He's adult Link,
Is he
he gets-
silent? Is he a silent protagonist?
silent protagonist. He looks.
You find out when he's actually rendered fully that he's had his tongue cut out.
Yeah.
Like, it's this whole dark backstory.
Oh yeah, he's all blocky like an N64 character, and
At
then
the beginning.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then when he gets into The Witcher, he's like,
It's like that Simpsons episode
looks
where
at his
he
hands
gets sucked
and
into
like-
the 3D
I love the
world.
idea of watching him go through the portal,
Yeah.
just completely like Nintendo 64 graphics on one side, and you just see him step out in
Yeah.
this fully realistically rendered version.
Yeah.
That'd be
yep,
great.
with his tongue cut out, and he's like,
He's like,
Wow.
Those kinds of transitions
grim,
are
man.
always really cool. Like
Yeah.
in the Oblivion, when you go into like the art, like the painting, and everything's like painted graphics.
Yes,
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Yeah.
so then. When The Witcher comes back across, or when Geralt comes back across,
Does he come across
gets-
back into Ocarina of Time graphics, or do we go
yeah.
into a different Link, like different Zelda game
Ooh.
with a different style?
Okay.
And he comes into Wind Waker.
No, I was thinking comes back into like Link to the Past,
Oh, God.
and he's like this
He's like
main
full on
character.
sprite-based Geralt.
8-bit Geralt.
Yeah. No, I like it. Right. Let's click
Click
again.
again.
We've got time for one more. Depends how long this goes.
2 more.
We'll see how we go. We probably have to finish
We're
slightly.
till 12:30.
Oh, we've got till 12:30. So we've got time. Tons more.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going.
You want me to what
You
was
go
it?
first.
No, compromise.
Baloney.
Hoop.
Reputation.
What was yours? Poop. I thought you said poop. I was
No.
hoping you said poop. So we've got
T-Rex just walked past.
reputation and compromise. So I'm already sensing that it's a very like narrative-driven thing.
Yeah. And
Baloney.
baloney hoop.
Baloney
Hoop.
and hoop.
It's a basketball.
Yeah, I was thinking like there's a basketball element, and
Yeah.
there's like he's like works in at a deli.
All right, so he's like he wants to be a pro basketballer, or she.
Yes.
They want to be a pro basketballer, but they're working at a deli.
At a deli.
In the
Making
meantime.
bologna sandwiches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
And
Working the slicer.
so I'm picturing working the slicer, and it's like they get to the end, throw
Yes.
it, and it just
Oh,
nothing but net straight
Right,
into the
yeah,
straight
yeah.
into the garbage
VR.
Yeah.
Or he's
I've
Got
got
a
a
VR game.
he's throwing. Yeah, it's like double shot.
Yeah.
But you're in a
deli.
In
You're in a
deli.
deli, so you're making sandwiches, and then like the people come in there making sandwiches, and you got to like
I like that.
shoot
yeah.
the hoop to the.
Yeah.
So you got your orders coming up.
Yeah.
You can be making them simultaneously if you like, if you're quick enough and you know where all the stuff
Yeah.
is.
And then
And then remember who's who.
instead
wrap
of just
'em.
putting it on the bench,
Yeah.
you've got to
shoot the hoop.
Shoot the
same
hoop.
at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's like a basket where people come and collect their meats.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm thinking of like the narrative here because we've got compromise and we've got reputation, and I'm thinking it's a US college kid. He's got a scholarship to play for university of whatever.
Yeah.
But that doesn't pay the bills. It
Yeah.
just pays for his education.
Yep.
And the colleges make so much money out of their sports programs, and he doesn't see any of it. So he's got to work this extra job. And then, he's coming up across opportunities to make some more money, reputation, compromise.
Well, and I think basketball scouts really like this deli. So they keep coming in and he's like, oh, I've really got to do well, not compromise my reputation.
yes.
And you
Yeah.
got like more pressure on. It'll tell you if there's someone important in there.
But there
you
might
know,
be an element
within the
where,
sandwich.
in like Persona, where you have choices to make and you can go and play in the band, or you can go and hang out with this person.
Or go to the
so you
sport,
have choice to like work in the deli,
Yep.
go to basketball training.
Yep.
You have to balance out these things,
yeah,
so you've got
yeah.
the money and
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
keeping
yeah.
your skill up. And then you've got opportunities
Yeah.
that are maybe a bit more like crime related, and it's like, do you do those to
Which is still around throwing things through.
Oh yeah, of
hoops.
course, for the same mechanic. But it's like if you decide to do that, you get extra money, so you don't have to work in the deli as much. But your reputation is like
if you get
another
busted,
meter.
if you don't do well enough. Yeah.
So you have all these things to balance, and it's it's basically a number that you can't see. You have to kind of manage it like a karma system. And keep and there's different story-related outcomes based on the mix that you choose. I think that's where it's going.
I love that.
Nice.
So is it all round? So I'm picturing like you make more money in the deli based on how well you play.
Yeah.
While training or while going to your training, that's going to up your reputation based on how well you play. And then the crime stuff's a balance of both. I guess you're going to make a bunch more money, but your reputation's going to go down. Yeah. I guess are there other gameplay mechanics?
I think at the end of the week you have like the actual game itself, like the basketball game.
Yeah.
And that's like the payoff.
And high pressure.
And the things that you've done during the week will impact it. So like your teammates might not pass it to you, or you might get less minutes in the game based on like the way that whether you've been training or not.
Yeah.
Right. I think there's narrative.
It could
choice,
go deep.
Like dialogue options.
And there's a lot more there than most VR games. You know, so many VR. Even though it's all the one game mechanic, I love the idea of bringing in all the other aspects there.
So now I'm just imagining you're on the basketball court.
Yep. You actually got
dribbling the ball.
People can't see you, by the way.
Teleport, dribble. Or moving around and dribbling the ball. Like,
I'll take a photo.
Yeah.
Go on, Trevor, dribble.
Give us your dribble again.
Hang on. Dribbling. Throwing the ball.
For the audio listeners.
Good pass. All right.
Trevor's giving us his best basketball demonstration.
Yes, it was horrible. But I'm just picturing that, your character actually has to play basketball. It's not just...
Yeah, I could see it. So
it's
you've got a
free
full-fledged
throws.
basketball game in there as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
VR.
I know, yeah.
That's a tough sell.
Intense.
Not a tough sell, but it's, picturing how that would work. You got to it's introducing a new movement in the VR where there's defense and there's reaction time.
I guess that could play in to the deli stuff. Maybe you've got your different areas that you have to grab things from.
You've got to wrap up all the meats.
Yeah, the skills are transferable.
Yeah. Maybe
Definitely.
you can on the opposite side of the crime thing, maybe you can stop shoplifters by throwing things at them or something.
Or, in Rocky, how he gets in the back room of the freezer, he's punching the meat bags, the hanging carcasses.
Totally.
And, that's building up
bouncing balls off them.
your strength stats.
Practicing your pass.
Yeah, I'm
following.
I'm following.
Yeah.
So the options are limitless.
Save that for the paid DLC.
Yeah, true. Yeah. The Rocky DLC. It's now basketball.
Or the basketball DLC. You can actually have the rest of it literally just deli, and it's like, I played so well last night. It's like, if you want to play this game, then you need to actually buy this DLC.
You could get 2K involved with this too and make it like the prelude to my career where... they've got these storylines now, you work your way up to the NBA, and it could be that.
You can import your character. It's like once they get through, our game, they've got a certain set of stats. You can make there's character customization in ours. It loads
and
right
depending on your ending is where you get drafted into the NBA. Like if you just nail everything, you'll be like the number one pick. But if you've got a really bad reputation, you're going to drop a few rounds, and maybe you don't make it.
The worst thing is when there were deli accidents where you take off the skin of your fingers and all this sort of stuff, and so that also carries through.
Yeah,
so
impacts your stats.
I lost my, my ring finger in a deli accident.
Had to be reattached.
It's like
but I love that. It's all in the history there in your in your actual basketball game there.
There's like a mini game like surgeon simulator where you have to reattach your finger after you've chopped it off before you lose too much blood.
You got to get over to the finger reattachment station.
It falls into a bucket of cocktail franks. It's like, oh, come on.
You got to sift through it.
You've just reattached the sausage.
And that carries over into my career. They render the sausage.
Old sausage fingers.
Big fat sausage. It's all getting
it's a heartwarming story that made its way into the NBA with a sausage finger, All right.
3 to 1 click.
Yeah. No, we've had too many cleaning games. All right. Carcass.
Rim.
Worst.
Dialect.
Worst rim carcass dialect.
All right.
Click again.
This could almost be like the exact same game.
I know.
You have like the rim, like basketball
Basketball
rim.
rim,
You have the
hoop.
carcasses.
Oh,
and
you were
the
thinking
deli.
basketball rim. Okay.
Yeah, well, I took it there. I pulled it back from where you were taking it. You know, you got the carcasses.
All right, well,
got,
dialect, though.
This is the DLC for
Yeah,
baloney compromise.
the dialect is like the speech checks in the game, the dialogue options.
I think this is a game where, a la Pushing Daisies, you can talk to the dead.
Ooh.
Dialect, carcass. What else do we have? Rim and what was
Worst.
worst? Could be around.
Now, is
could be
that
around the way they-
W-O-R-S-T?
Yeah, not the sausage.
Not
That would
Then it
have been-
really would have been a C. That would have been too good. Too good.
I had to ask.
Yeah, it's worth an ask.
So yeah, I think kind of a investigation game. Have we done this before? Probably, but
Yeah.
we could take it in a different direction. Maybe they have to be dead, like because carcass kind of to me implies like rotting off its bones. Maybe it's more of an ancient thing, like if you find
Ugh.
year-old bodies.
I don't like where this is heading. 3 to 1 click.
All right, all right.
Okay.
You got to know when to fold them.
I know, it's true.
They can't all be winners.
Pensioner.
Retriever.
Covering.
Inside.
Okay, I can see this. Nursing home.
Yep.
You got the seeing eye dog.
Yep.
The golden retriever.
Golden
Yeah.
retriever.
Yep. Help the dog.
You've got,
service dog.
what was yours again?
Inside, so-
You're obviously inside for a lot of the games. And covering. Maybe there's a crime and a cover-up. I don't know.
Is it like a nurse sim?
Yeah. Oh.
Is it like
I know
a
where
nurse
you're
sim?
going
You got to
with
like
this.
cover them, put their covers on or something. Cover them up. when
It's an educational game to train the next
yeah,
generation of
yeah.
aged care workers.
I'm with
Because
ya.
it's a very much growing industry.
Yeah,
We're an
it is.
aging population.
We are an aging population.
And
Heaps of old people.
We can't keep up with it,
So, given that we're an aging population, there's a lot of, it's very difficult to get the resources to take care of everyone. I'm thinking a la the game Inside.
Ah.
I haven't played it yet.
Oh, no, I can't
No
spoil
spoilers. No spoilers. No spoilers.
Oh, come on.
Nah, no spoilers
All
on
right.
my list.
All
Sorry.
right.
He will walk away.
I will
All
walk
right.
away from the podcast. I can't do it to me. Cannot do it to me.
All right, not a la Inside.
A la this game that you played once that you can't remember the
Yeah,
name
what
of.
was that
Yeah.
thing?
Outside.
Yeah, outside. And I don't think it's a spoiler to say there's like some mind control elements, like sort of that they.
Yeah, you just went and did it.
Sorry.
You just went and did it.
He
in the
didn't say
trailer.
the
Nah.
real bad
No.
things.
Done.
I could easily say 1, 2 words.
You've had long enough, Jack. I'm not.
Nah.
I've told you so
All
many
right,
times
so
to
it's
play that.
just an educational nursing game. And
Nothing to do with Inside. Anyway, mind control. So,
I think that they're using.
That's
That there's
the
some
cover-up.
sort of. There's a cover up. There's a cover up.
Yes, there
There's
has to
some
be.
sort of thing where they're. It's like a Soylent Green-esque
ooh.
using the elderly for some sort of resource.
So
But that's
who-
not Inside.
Who,
so
do
that's
you,
not
who do you play?
An investigator?
The Golden Retriever.
Oh. I was gonna.
Okay.
I was gonna say.
Sniffing out like
Yeah. I was gonna say the golden retriever's the only witness to the crime that's
Oh, and
been
you have
covered
to
up.
question it.
And
You're going to interrogate the Golden Retriever.
remember in Black Mirror how they invent that thing that can like check people's memories?
Yeah.
For
Christmas?
it's for insurance fraud.
Right.
Yep.
And the dog's seen this crime, so it's only a matter of time before they realise and they find out that they can watch the dog's memory of this thing.
Yep. Okay.
And,
I like it.
You like
I
it?
like it a lot. So,
but who are you? Are you the dog? No, are you the dog?
no,
or the
I like the
investigator?
idea that
Oh, sorry.
you're an undercover investigator in that you've come in as a new pensioner.
Right.
Oh.
Okay. Yes.
So if you got like the fake makeup on?
You come
No,
in
I
as
think
an-
you're actually
old.
70.
just old.
Yeah.
70.
Yeah.
They went
Not
to
enough good protagonist roles for the
one
elderly.
last job. It's one of those guys.
Yeah.
It's like they pulled him
Grizzled
out of
old.
retirement.
I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah. They pulled him out of retirement.
It's like,
this is the only
actually,
one that can do
you're the right age.
it. No, you are too old for this.
You're exactly old enough.
You're exactly the right age.
Yeah, okay. I like that. So
And it's like it could
they
almost
know
be...
something's up, and then
I think gameplay-wise, I'm thinking like Detroit Become Human, how you are the android sent by Cyberlife, but instead of investigating
LA Noire?
from him, a bit of LA Noire, a bit of Connor in Detroit, so it's whether it's third person, I guess it could be first person, third person, but you're having to put the scene back together.
Interrogate. Put the scene back together, and then interrogate the witnesses. Do the facial animations.
I don't know how far
Talk
you
to
can
the
get.
nurses,
Yeah.
but also not give away that you're not actually swallowing your pills that they give to you.
Right.
So you got to find a place to hide your pills.
The dog. Feed him to the dog. The retriever.
The dog's the only witness. You're going to kill
yeah,
it.
but maybe you don't know that at the start.
Yeah, how far can you
There's
go?
like a real dark twist where
Yeah.
you're going through this whole thing, you're investigating everyone. Maybe you're even convincing some people to give you their memories.
Only you ask the dog.
Here's the thing. You've been feeding the dog your pills, and it's like making his memory worse. So you realise before it's too late, the dog was the only witness.
Yeah, but now it's all choppy. And
He only remembers
blurry.
a small segment.
Yeah.
So, and based on the patchy memory that a dog even has.
It's all in black and white.
Yeah. You have to then like go, okay, the dog saw this, and then he saw this. And it's all fuzzy.
I
and
love
I
some
have to
puzzles where
reenact
you
it.
have to like think logically to realize, like, oh, they saw this, but it only makes sense if you get down on your hands and knees to see it from the dog's perspective. If you don't think of that, then you won't solve the puzzle.
And maybe there has to be like a mechanic that makes the dog's memory improve over the game, so that by the end of it you have the full thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether you have to like go and find different elderly
pills.
people's medications and like, and then you have to
Still
go into a
stealth
lab
element,
and there's
so-
like a little mini game like in Spider-Man where you like mix the medications together and
to get the
form
right
some
result.
kind of memory pill for the dog.
I love that idea.
Yeah, and you have to test
And
it
it
on
has to-
yourself. you can't test it on animals, you know.
I like that a lot.
It's crazy. It's getting crazy, but I like it.
Yeah. I'm seeing this crazy cast of characters. Like you've got the like the nurse who's grizzled.
Nurse
Then
Ratchet.
Yeah, basically you nurse Ratchet. But then you've also got like the new up and comer who's really really bright and bubbly and all this sort of stuff.
Well, and
You've
just
got
the residents are going to be all over
absolutely.
the shop too.
And there would be like a World War, like not World War II, but like a Vietnam vet who suspects you, and he's seen you snooping around,
Lieutenant Dan.
and is like, he's stealing my stuff, and you're not actually, so they don't really believe him.
But then sometimes then initially you do have to, but they're not going to believe us anyway.
Because he's always accusing people of stuff, but he's actually onto you.
I like the idea that there's someone there with Alzheimer's or something. You managed, when you realise the pill's working on the dog, you can give it to them too, and they'll they become your ally, and they start. They were investigated too. Or
It is
something.
mind control.
but then you find out that, a la Cocoon, it's only temporary.
Oh yeah, okay. Very Awakenings.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. The real tearjerker ending.
Yes.
As they sink back into dementia,
Oh, this is heavy now. I like it.
and then the dog dies.
Oh, wow.
No, people will write.
Nah, you can't.
You have to be able to pat the dog as well. Like that's a press X
There's a
to
trophy
pat.
for patting the dog a certain amount of times.
Yeah, that's a bullet point on the box these days.
If you make a game these days,
Press X to pat.
yeah.
Yes.
If you have a game with a dog that you can't pat, you pretty much get like
You might as well not even have a game,
yeah,
honestly.
the customer service Twitter accounts are just going to be over flooded.
You'll be
If
swatted
you
by
were
horrible
ringing,
gamer
Day one patch.
If you're ringing because you don't think you can pat the dog,
Press 3.
Just hang up now.
yeah.
because guess what? You can. Press X to pat.
With this $49.99 paid DLC,
Hey,
you can pat the dog in
Day one
7 different
DLC.
ways.
yeah. Skins for the dog.
Armor for the dog.
Dog armor.
So just different
Yeah.
coloured collars.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1, click.
I reckon we call this the last one.
Yeah.
Recommendation.
Okay, my word is wild.
Veterinarian.
Oh, man.
Disillusion.
Disillusioned veterinarian.
Wild.
Working on wild animals.
Recommendation.
There's a golden retriever. No, wait.
I kind of
Like
like
a golden retriever in a nursing home.
someone's been feeding all these pills to. They get brought into your vet's office.
Into the vet's office.
The vet's office.
He goes wild, yeah.
And this gets completely disillusioned.
They recommend
Like,
the vet
I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
to the.
It's from the dog's perspective.
Yeah.
So this time you play the dog.
Okay.
And you get to choose whether you go wild and, like, tear, like...
Tear the veterinarian's
Or
throat
do you
out.
go to, or do you play as the vet and you have to fix the dog?
It's another surgeon simulator.
Surgeon
sort of game,
simulator,
yeah.
or even like not even. Because
Or
it's
like,
psychological.
what's the...
Is it psychological? Isn't this dog like psychologically messed up? Because these pills is not really
It's true,
physically messed
yeah.
up.
I
Pump
kind
the
of
stomach,
like
maybe.
the idea of this veterinarian goes out and treats wild animals.
That's what I
Yeah.
was thinking, yeah. I kind of
Yeah.
like the idea that they're disillusioned with just the standard, lap dogs coming in, being who they fed chocolate to because they over-treated their dogs and these horrible pet owners. So they go out into the, the plains of Africa or something and they're helping...
Don't say that in front of NATO.
They're hunting, not hunting, they're helping the animals.
Lions and rhinos and
Yeah, it's like a
hippos.
zoological kind of mission or something, and they're the veteran, they're the veterinarian.
That'd be cool.
Oh,
like,
I like that.
they haven't really done that sort of thing where you...
There's hunting sims, but you're
Helping.
coming
Yeah,
in to
yeah.
do the opposite.
Yeah.
Oh,
These
yeah,
are helping sim.
And sometimes you have to
Yeah,
fight
yeah.
the hunters.
Yeah, you
You
got to
have
fight
to
the
fight-
poachers,
yeah,
off.
poachers.
Intervene before they can do their damage.
Yeah, it's like
right.
you're on a conservation effort to
Yeah, a bit
study
of
and...
a bit of a Steve Irwin sim.
Yes.
Maybe.
Steve
So would you intervene with intravenous drugs into the neck?
Sometimes
one
you
of our
would, yeah.
No.
So there's times where you might have to like
Animal trank them.
fight off some of these animals, but you're trying to protect them.
Trying to help them,
You're
so you have
ultimately
to
trying
trank
to
them
like
and-
Yeah, you've got to try not to hurt them, but also subdue them.
move them into different areas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it could be the end of the mission. You get like an S rank if you don't harm anyone. But if you have to like sedate them, or maybe not, if you have to like
Yeah, you get
show them
tackle
who's
them
boss
or-
and give them
yeah.
a smack, then you lose a few points.
Or if you just mess up the surgery and they can't,
There's
walk
that too,
anymore.
yeah.
If you go all out and like murder all the poachers, you get a secret rank.
Yeah.
It's actually giving me visions of that scene in Jurassic Park 2 as well. So maybe there could be like some DLC where it's wild dinosaurs instead. You're on Jurassic Park and you're the Jurassic Park veterinarian.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
Jesus Christ.
It's really
Okay.
that's difficulty level, max.
Yeah, you can do all different like locations around the world depending on what the
Yeah.
paid DLC is.
Yeah, you could do like an ocean, like a marine life.
We're all about the
one.
paid DLC.
We are all about paid. Shout out to
Like we
capitalism.
said, capitalism. I think we say that every episode.
Yeah.
Like fucking
I
capitalism.
love how we've been retreading ideas within one episode, but somehow you guys got to 100.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
I should-
We do retread episode ideas, but it's
you-
good. It's just callbacks. It's series. Look, I think we're still more varied than the actual game industry,
Yes.
so it's probably fine.
Oh,
I'm seeing a zombie dystopia and
Vet sim.
resources.
Vets it. Zombie vets.
Yes.
Oh, and you're racing in it because you're like
Yeah.
Forza Horizon. And all that
Totally. You're just looking around the room and
With zombies.
I'm impressed
you're
we
a
haven't
Black
put any
Ops.
microtransactions in though. That's good.
Yeah.
dancing.
Oh,
everyone's dancing it.
and the Battle Royale mode?
Battle Royale, veterinary.
Yeah, so
And there's Nazis.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it.
Do you guys usually pick your favorite from the episode? Like,
No, because we usually, by the time we get to the end, cannot remember
No, remember-
anything we've done.
I like the Mad Max one.
yeah, that was pretty cool.
yeah, the
that
Mad
was
Max one. I like the hot balloon, air balloon.
Yeah.
And the baloney
Baloney VR
basketball.
That was a really
deli.
good one.
Yeah.
game.
So we do usually do one more segment
Yeah. Okay.
Let's hear it.
when we have people on. We'll have to decide. Maybe you'll have to agree.
Okay.
Give consent.
What is,
In fact, because we're at PAX,
what's the best game you've seen at PAX
Oh,
that
yeah.
you're really looking forward to playing?
Double Shot. The bartending VR game. Dead set.
Okay. That
Yeah.
does look really awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Are you
Yeah.
going to pick up some VR to play it?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Might have to.
Is it coming to PS4?
I forgot to ask him actually.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
I don't think it is.
You might have to
I was
invest
talking to him yesterday. It was they said it's working on Vive and Oculus at the moment. They're
Yeah.
trying to get it working on Windows
PS4.
Media,
Okay. Oh right.
like mixed reality or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I'll never play it again then.
Let's
So,
come back to PAX
Well,
next year.
Jono, do you have do you have a game as well?
I played Hitman 2 this morning, and I really enjoyed it, even though I couldn't really get anywhere, because those things are so, like, every level has so much to do and so many ways.
So ambiguous.
There's so many ways it can go wrong, and of course, if you've just got 10 or 15 minutes to play it, you're not going to get very far. But from what I saw, I was like, okay, I can sink my teeth into this. Because I really like the first, like, latest current generation one. I don't know if it's a reboot or can't remember what that game was called.
They did just call it Hitman.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. So I really liked the first one.
Yeah.
And I think that this one's not episodic, which is even better because it will feel a bit less disconnected. Like the first one very much felt like it was just missions that didn't tie together.
Yeah.
So I think that they're going to do a lot with that one.
Cool. All right, well, what we're going to do with that, and what we usually do, is we take the name of your games and we throw away everything you know about them. And this is actually going to work quite well, although it's going to be difficult to take it away from Hitman 2. So I think what we have here is Hitman 2 Double Shot.
Okay.
But it's not to do with the Hitman series. It's not to do with the bartending VR game. It's just, if we've got a new game called Hitman 2 Double Shot, what is it?
It's a sequel to Hitman 1 Double Shot.
Single shot.
Single shot, yeah. Okay. yes.
So, I mean, look, Hitman...
Hang on,
still playing
hang on.
Assassin.
Are you saying that they called it Hitman 1 expecting to do a sequel?
Yes.
Maybe if it's Hitman, it's actually a nickname, and he's like a music producer.
Yeah.
And he just pumps out the hits.
Nice.
Is
All right.
Or is it a sequel to Kick-Ass? It's like a Kick-Ass game.
Like
Hit Girl?
Hit Girl's dad, or Hit Girl has a son. Hitman.
Okay.
Double Shot.
Maybe it's
Double Shot is his like MO as he takes
maybe
him
he
down,
uses
bang bang.
Maybe he uses
maybe
a
he's
double
got
barrel
a
shotgun.
maybe he's got a double life. So double shot, double life. He's also a music producer, pumping out the hits.
Superhero game.
So everyone in his
that
normal
makes sense
life
for Hitman universe.
Everyone that he knows in his normal life calls him Hitman because he's pumping out the hits.
Yeah.
But then he's also
Double Shot at night.
at night.
Well, no, because he's Hitman because he's hit girls.
Yeah. So at night he's Hitman as well,
Okay.
but a different kind of
Oh,
Hitman.
right, so he's different Hitman.
Double
Okay.
And
I'm with you.
people go, are you Hitman? I'm like, yes, I am. I crank out all the hits.
Yeah.
Or, are you Hitman? Yes, I crank out all the hits.
Very good, very good.
That was a bit of a visual joke, but we get the
People
connotation.
can figure it out.
Yeah, they'll work it out.
Yeah, I like it. So then is this then like
The
when you're at
gameplay?
night, it's
Yeah.
kind of open worldy,
Yeah, I think
very
it's a
Spider-Man.
Yeah, I think it's Spider-Man. Yeah, like a third world action game.
Yeah.
Third-person action game, open world.
Yeah, and then during the day, is it like a management sim? Are you literally having to like recruit artists? You know, mini games
I think
to
that
mix
side
your-
of it might just be
Just
his
narrative.
backstory.
Yeah,
The way,
like the way Spider-Man was. Where it was
Spider-Man did a good
story
job of
bits.
it. Like, kind of took it to the next level from where like Arkham Knight had a bit of Bruce Wayne in there.
Yeah.
But maybe you can find a way to include that element in there a bit more too. Maybe it's like,
Well, like Spider-Man had the mini games around the science stuff.
yeah,
You can have DJ minigames.
DJ mini games. I'm not sure how exactly they help you, but I mean, look, the world of Kick-Ass is a very over-the-top, kind of ridiculous superhero world. So maybe there are ways to help. Maybe he's got some weird like DJ holster thing that he can like scratch on and and like powers up his weapons.
But he's also got this status because of his fame that he can get access into certain
Totally. It's like
areas.
Yeah.
He knows about dodgy stuff that's happening in the industry, and I think that he's maybe got some connections to the organised crime.
Who's his main villain?
Oh,
DJ.
maybe Double Shot. Maybe Double Shot's
DJ
the villain.
The villain. Double Shot could be the villain.
Yeah, Double Shot.
Yeah.
And maybe he's a bartender,
Hitman.
he owns like a nightclub or something.
Well, it's
Yes.
it's
Because
not.
then there's antagonism in the day job to get him to like play the songs and try to get into his nightclubs.
I've got it.
And then
Infiltrate.
It's not Hitman number 2. It's Hitman TO Double Shot.
Hitman to double shot. Yeah.
Or Hitman 2, comma, Double Shot.
It's just they're writing a letter. Hitman, 2 double shot.
2 double shot.
Fuck you. I'm coming for you. Also play my tracks.
Yeah.
Love Hitman.
I like this. Yeah. I think that you could work a lot of that double life into it too. There's double entendres with the double shot and the double life.
Yeah.
Double agents.
I'm kind of liking the idea that Hitman is also trying to stamp out the the horrible treatment of
Workers.
all the artists and
Elderly people and golden retrievers.
yes.
The music, they're trying to run an ethical record industry and give proper due and money
and
and
equal pay for
and Double Shot wants to just give him pennies when he plays the songs and he pirates the music. Yeah.
Oh god.
That's the entire thing that he's like the evil bad guy because he never pays for music.
He never pays for music. He's not actually. So you show up in your full superhero gear, and just hold a gun to his head when actually the only thing he's done as a villain is not pay for your music.
Yeah, you're wipe your hard drive.
and
do it.
And all it is it's a Reddit user called Double Shot who
/Double Shot.
So you've been killing all these people all over the place and beating the shit out of people just to get to this one Reddit user who stole your shit.
It's just he's the mod of /r/nightclubs or whatever.
Oh god.
Wow.
Okay, I think that about does it for
We'll
today.
finish it up there. Oh man, that was a hell of a lot of fun. Thanks for joining us, Jono
Pleasure.
and Jack.
Thanks
that
for
was
having us.
great.
Thanks for having us. Yeah.
So, start with you, Jono.
Yep. Give us a little spiel. Where can we find you online?
Yeah, well, you can find me on all socials, but mostly Twitter at Jono himself. And Putting In Work is my interview podcast that goes up every Thursday with, there's going to be a whole lot of interviews I'm doing here at PAX. So,
fantastic.
Yeah, look out for that.
You can find me everywhere and anywhere at Kruse_mate. Also check out You Game Bro and the It Is What It Is podcast. Just search the hashtag 8-Bit Collective, hashtag on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, and you see all the good stuff that we do.
Cool. You can find all our stuff at podchaser.com/bitstorm. It's basically got everything up there, Twitter, Facebook, all the things.
Yep.
I'd like to thank Audio Technica again for hosting us here at PAX. Great
Second
year.
year running.
Second
Hopefully
year
it'll
running.
be next year
Episode
as well.
100. It worked out really well.
Shout out to Podchaser.
Yeah, thank you. All right, so I think we will end it there. Thanks for joining us again this week on Bitstorm. I'm Ben Slinger.
I'm Trevor Scott.
I'm Jono Pech.
I'm Jack Kruse.
And
we're Bitstorm.
We're Bitstorm.
Yeah, I'll do.
That'll do it. Finish it up.